I'm smart enough to like answer my 6-year-old's questions. She's like, "Why is the sun hot?" I'm like, "'Cause it's on fire." It's a stupid question, and I tell her that, all right, because I know that she'll be smarter than me next year, and then just for the rest of her life. So I am really sticking it to her while I can. I know nothing about like adult stuff that you're supposed to know about. Global warming, that's one that everybody yells at you about. And they're like, "You better do something." I'm like, "I'm so tired of it, let's do it." I'm like, I barely made it out of high school. I don't really know how rain works. So why don't you let me figure that out, and then I'll do global warming, But I've seen it rain without clouds. Where's that water coming from? So I'm pretty swamped with this rain stuff right now, but once I get to the bottom of that, I'm gonna do global warming, and I've got some pretty good ideas, We recycle, and we recycle because of my wife. It's her, she gets all the credit for that. I would never recycle if I was by I don't do it if she's not looking at me. So I would never do it if I was alone. I looked up a list of all right, what are you supposed to do for global warming as an individual? And it was a big long list. But the first thing on the list was my favorite. It just said, just talk to your friends and family about it. Think about your friends and family. Not the ones that are the good ones, close. Think about how far out it goes. Just when you guys get together, do you mind if we talk about global warming for a little? I just thought this would be a good time to get into it. I had a great aunt and uncle fist fight each other at a wedding. Let me get in the middle of that fight. Any chance this fight was about global warming? Because I just would love to get that conversation rolling, I get it. It's for our kids, and their kids, and we want to make sure they have a good earth and their environment and stuff. We don't want to have a bad earth. And we don't want them to be mad at us and yell at us. But I don't think they will, because I don't think we get mad. I don't ever see litter on the ground and call my grandmother and be like, "Where do you get off?" I don't know how you show your face anymore, all right? It's cloudy today. Is that because you smoked on planes? Probably. Why'd you have to smoke that high? Where do you think that smoke was going? We did stuff as a kid. I did Earth Day as a kid. I think they still do Earth Day. And we did it. I'm from Old Hickory, and we were a plant, DuPont plant we were a plant town. So they had a plant, and we went and planted trees in front of the DuPont plant. And there was just black smoke coming out of this, and we're just in front of it, this is for Earth. And if you can't even see us, it's so dark. And we're just like, this is for the earth of stuff, and we're going to breathe better. And you're like, I don't know if that's the problem. Here's what I'm doing for, my daughter's future environment. Is what I decided to do. They say we won't have water. So I put a bunch of buckets outside to collect water. And when she turns 18, and she's like, "Do I get money?" I'm like, "Something a little better than money." I bet you've always wondered what those buckets were doing outside. Well, they're all yours. And that's for your kids and their kids. Everybody gets a bucket of water. No, look, guys, all seriousness, though, global warming, we gotta stop it. Or more of it. I don't really know which way we want to go, but it can't stay warmer. I know that. It's gotta be one or, something's gotta happen. Something can't stay where we're at. So go. I don't know what direction you want me to just go. Look, all seriousness. To use this as a platform for global guys, I felt like, as a spokesperson for all of Earth, all right? I think I'll give you a message that I don't think no one will give you, and I'm here to say that we're doing fine. So just relax. We're in a time where everybody yells at you and everybody's bad. We're doing great, all right? I did some research, and I was like, let me look at the other planets. Let's see how good they're doing. And I don't want to, it's unbelievable. They're nowhere right now. Some of them have too many moons. That's how stupid they are. And so let's calm down, all right? We're so much farther ahead. They haven't started, and we're almost done. So let's celebrate being first. Don't be sore winners. Look, in all seriousness, I don't know. No, look, it's getting very advanced, all right? I've been to a dog bakery. I've been to a dog bakery in my life. And this wasn't in, Beverly Hills or like Miami or something. You feel like they would have something like that. And this was in Mount Juliet, Tennessee. And if you don't know where Mount Juliet is, it's fine, but I bet you can tell that doesn't sound like a town you would drive through going, I bet they have a pretty good dog bakery here. I went in there, and no one was in there. The lady was looking at me like, are you here to buy this store from me? That was her only hope. I talked to her. She had some time on her hand, excited to talk. And she said her and her husband bought the store for their 27-year-old daughter who graduated from college with a degree and came out of college and said, I want to own a dog bakery. I want to make cakes for dogs. Which if I asked my 6-year-old what she wants to do when she grows up, I think she'll tell me she wants to make cakes for dogs. And I'm going to tell her that she can do whatever she wants to do, hoping she doesn't turn 27 and go, let's talk about those cakes for those dogs. And maybe they're usually busy. Maybe I was on there on a slow dog birthday day. I don't know, all right? She told me everything was organic, and I was like, that's good. That's what I like to hear, all right? This is for that dog that's outside licking gum off the sidewalk right now. And if anybody deserves organic food in our house, it's not this little girl. I'm not going to waste it on her. It's for that dog that's wandered out on the highway because it doesn't know what cars are. But look, next time you guys go to Mount Juliet for vacation, let me tell you, look, do them a favor, go by there, all right? Swing through, buy some dog cakes. And I'll be honest with you, I'll be upfront with you guys. I bought a dog bakery, it's not going that good, all right? All right, we're almost done, so don't worry about it. And I think you can tell. I always think people they're like, he's talking about dog bakeries. He's about out of stuff. Where is this going? First, thank you. I can't thank you enough for coming out tonight. It means the world. And I've been this is how I've been closing shows on the road, and I want to close my special with it. I'm assuming that people saw the Netflix, the stand-ups, the little half hour. Thank you. Thank you for watching it. Thank you for coming out. So some stuff's happened since that special, and I want to give you some updates to a couple stories I told on that special. And if you haven't seen it, I'll walk you through it. Don't, think you're going to be lost. And I think you've seen what I've talked about. I bet we'll catch up quick. So the first update is about the Cape Fear Serpentarium. And if you haven't seen it, you could pause it right now and go watch it, but you might be like, I can't handle really much more of you. But if not, I'm gonna walk you through it, or maybe just a reminder. But a very quick, unfunny version is I went to Wilmington, North Carolina, to a guy's house, and he had a bunch of snakes, lizards, and a crocodile. And when I was there, a crocodile got out, and a lady wrote a TripAdvisor review about it. That's the very quick, unfunny version. If you haven't seen it, don't think that's all it takes to get a Netflix special. So the first thing is the lady that wrote the TripAdvisor review messaged me after the special came out. And if you write a review on TripAdvisor, you can see how many people look at it. And it jumped 50,000 views the day the special came out. But she did not know this for a couple of days. So, she was like, I'm crushing it as a reviewer, all right? I swear. I'll bring your place. You better treat me right, Applebee's. I'll bring this whole place down. The next update to it is so Cape Fear Cemetery has closed down. And I know you guys had a chance to go to it. It is closed. So the guy that owned it, his name is Dean Ripa. I do not know this guy. He was there that day. I saw him that day. I don't know him. This place will be a part of my life for the rest of my life, and I was there for one day. But so he was a very original guy. He was his own guy, and you can see there's great stuff on him. There's another thing on Netflix called 72 Deadliest Animals. They interview him in that. There's also great YouTube clips where he would bring venomous snakes to local Wilmington news channels, and he would barely pay attention to these snakes. he would like have it like on the table, and then he's like not even look. They're like, could you grab it maybe more? And he's like, what's that? Like, we didn't even ask you to bring that in, by the way. Do you mean leave it in the car? What'd you want me? I remember when I was there that day, there's like cages empty, and you're like, is that supposed to be empty? He's like, we're cleaning that, but if you see something, tell us. But I'm pretty sure we're cleaning that one. So the main reason it closed is, sadly, to announce that guy, he has died. He passed away. And it's pretty wild stuff. So how he died, a little different than most. And I'm going to just tell you, I already know what you're thinking in your head. And his wife shot him. So, yeah, you weren't thinking that, I can tell you that. It's unbelievable. I mean, the odds of this they're definitely higher than if you don't own a Snake Museum, but there's still, it's insane. So this all happened after we taped the stand-ups. And so I was telling an audience who would guess like how he died. And so I'm gonna just tell you the guesses where people, a steak got him, good guess. Crocodile ate him, solid guess. Someone yelled cancer once, and I was like, what? Like, I don't know if I'd present it like this if I knew the answer was cancer. Let's go around the room, everybody. Guess how he died. Cancer? That guy got it. That was a good guess, One guy guessed it once in Huntsville, Alabama. And it was an older gentleman. He was sitting up front. And he just goes, did his wife shoot him? And you know when someone guesses your guess, and you're like, you're the worst, man. And I was like, did you look it up? And he had a flip phone on his table. He wasn't looking stuff up. And I was like, why would you ever guess that? And he was like, because my wife shot me. And I was like, well, that's fair. I bet he guesses that with every death he hears. Just Frank died. Did his wife shoot him? No. And I'm not going to tell you anymore if you keep guessing that, all right? That's the last one. The final update. That's what this next. The special after this is going to be just just all updates. And it'll be something that you don't even know. You're like, remember my car didn't start? You're like, who is this update for? I like to drink iced coffee with milk. And